You coached Michael Beasley and some of the other guys in the draft. Did any of the picks surprise you?
Not really, Jillian. I've spent a lot of time overseas, and I don't think the people really in the U.S. understand how good all the kids are over there. There's tremendous size. These kids start playing when they're really young, and of course, they're not held back by some of the rules we're held back with. Like for instance, this summer, I can't work out with any of our players at DePaul. Well, the normal European high-level player is practicing 3 to 4 hours every day, and I think that's why they're passing and shooting, ball handling. I think their skill level's higher right now than American kids, and so there's a lot of good players over there. As a matter of fact, we played that team in France in the 19 and unders that were the two kids, the one that's going to Charlotte, and then Batum, who's I think he's going to Utah. Those kids are really good, and I think sometimes you get surprised when names are yelled out, but I've seen a lot of those kids, and they're good. And I think, again, I think we were talking when we have 12 freshmen going to the draft, and that's that new NBA one-year rule. I'm not a real big fan of it, but that's the way it goes. And I do think, though, in all honesty, Julian, there's going to be some great value in some of those older kids. CDR from Memphis went late. I believe Chalmers is a really good player from Kansas. Kahn from Kansas. Darnell Jackson's a senior going to Miami from Kansas. There's a lot of big-body kids who have 4 years college experience, and I think as second-round picks, they may surprise the American public in how well they play in the NBA.
That being said, how do you think this year's draft players, how strong do you think it was?
Well, I think this is one of those drafts that everybody will look back on. I think there's, a lot of Hall of Famers. Again, a lot of it's based on health and attitude, and will these kids stay focused over their career? But it's one of those drafts where, boy, a lot of young guys are coming out. It's kind of like Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett's like a grizzled old veteran, and he's just turned like 30. He's been playing pro ball for 12 years. Kobe, those kinds of kids that get an early start, get a chance to play and really develop, become Hall of Fame players. And I think there's several Hall of Fame players potentially in this draft.
Jerry, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Well, what we have to do at DePaul is we got to get some of these guys. So it's always good when you guys come around. So thank you.